Hey, I'm Scott Stein, and you're seeing a lot of laptop tablets floating all over the place now, especially with the Microsoft Surface Pro being maybe the front runner. The Samsung ATIV Smart PC Pro 700T is another one of those. That's a big mouthful, doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it's a very similar product. This is an 11.6-inch tablet matched with a keyboard that is the base. This is detachable, and once again, you've got a laptop that turns into a tablet. And this is full Windows 8 with a Core i5 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and a 128 gigabyte SSD. In fact, exactly the same specs that were on the Surface Pro. Now the price is also really similar. This is $11.99. If you price out the Surface Pro tablet with its keyboard, it comes to a little bit less. And there's really no value there compared to what you can get in the Ultrabook landscape. You get a laptop like this with similar specs and even a touchscreen, you can get right into the $800 ballpark. And in fact, Samsung makes laptops like that. So why get this? Well, the convenience of being able to remove it and use it as a tablet. But the problem is that this tablet really feels larger than an iPad, certainly, and larger than the Surface Pro, which had a 10.6-inch screen. The 11.6-inch feels a little bit bulky and feels a little funky holding it in portrait mode, kind of long. Not that you can't hold it in one hand, it's just not something I would really love to do. Now, like a lot of Samsung tablets and phones, this comes with an S Pen, their pressure-sensitive pen hardware. It's tucked right in here in the back, really subtly. It's nicely designed, it works well, but again, the Surface Pro tablet has its own Surface Pen with pretty similar functionality. The keyboard is a nice solid keyboard, but it kind of feels plasticky and a little bit almost like a Chromebook keyboard. Definitely has nice key travel, but there's no battery built into here. This is really just a keyboard, a trackpad, a couple of USB ports on the side, and that's it. And it feels a little hard to remove and attach, and it locks at an angle that's a little less forgiving than your typical laptop. So if you like your angle to tilt back a little bit further than that, you're going to be out of luck. That's where laptops like the Yoga 13 and some of these more flexible laptops can be a little more of an advantage because you can tilt them and use them as you wish. Really, you're going to have to bump this out and use it as a tablet if you want it to be anything other than this configuration. And battery life is what you'd expect, again, in sort of the 4.5 hour plus range. Not to say that it isn't a nice feeling little laptop, but it's certainly a little heavier, it's a lot more expensive, and it's not a particularly fantastic tablet, nor is it a particularly fantastic laptop. It falls right in between. I kind of prefer the idea of a Surface Pro for something that's a tablet all the time that has a really funky, really innovative keyboard cover. This keyboard base is pretty bulky and really marries it into having to be a laptop. Now, while the ATIV Smart PC Pro works right now, you got to wonder with future processors being even more battery efficient, what's going to come down the line. And honestly, when I use this thing, I tended to use it just in laptop mode, where it seemed to work best. You might feel the same, in which case, why would you want to detach it as a tablet? I found myself much less compelled to put it into tablet mode than I did with the Surface Pro, in which case, just get a laptop. I'm Scott Stein, and that's a look at the Samsung ATIV Smart PC Pro 700T.